I was an assistant director. That's the person you see in the control room that has the stopwatch and says 2 minutes to break, 5 minutes to air, all that. You do a lot more than that, but I did that for 10 years and then I became a director. So I was a behind the scenes person. And the reason that some people know me now is because when all the COVID nutty stuff happened, I could see quite clearly we were never going to report the other side of the story. We wouldn't even touch it. And, now much has been made of the media and all the things that they don't cover and how biased they are. And looking back, I can look back and see how bad we were. But it was so egregious. It was so obvious that we were not reporting accurately. We completely misinformed the public. And when I started to bring that up, because I couldn't take it. That was my line. We don't hurt people. Mm-hmm. So that was the first time I'd seen we were like hurting and damaging society by our reporting. No matter what I said, it went down like a lead balloon. And I ended up, long story short, getting fired, which I'm sure we'll probably get into how, but that's what happened to me. So basically, I'm the only person in Canada, the only whistleblower that's been fired from network news. I'm the only individual in all of Canada. That's my claim to fame. So that's
well, maybe the only one with the courage to actually ask a question. Yeah. Ultimately, I believe, so I watched the video that you'd sent me about when you were being grilled. So you decided to speak sort of spontaneously at some event. What was the event that you were speaking at?
Oh, okay. So I should probably say what led up to that. I sent you a video. It's on my channel. It's a video quite well shot. My friend's a cameraman and he shot it. And it was a meeting, an HR meeting. My boss, who was an operations manager at Global, was quite upset with me because I went to a rally. And I went to this rally because we had been running stories on Global News, as every network has done, BBC and all the, what's your big networks there? Sky TV, ITV and all that.
ITV,
BBC.
yeah. Channel 4.
All that. Channel 4, like anything that's corporate media. And in Canada, it'd be CTV, Global, CBC. Yeah. CBC is funded like the BBC, So anyway, we had been running stories and I had been personally putting stories on the newscast, really telling pregnant women to take it. Now, I thought that this was absolute lunacy because you never give an experimental drug to pregnant women ever. Like that was another line I had is like, what are we doing? Telling pregnant women to take this, because I knew there were no clinical trials. And the reason I knew that is because I was looking into it. And I was like stunned that nobody else in the newsroom was looking into it. Like I didn't have an army of researchers or anything. I just did internet searches and I could certainly see that the vaccine, I don't know if you're putting this on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
And I always, so I better not say.
No, go for it. I haven't been cancelled yet. I've had people saying way more controversial things than you on. Sometimes it gets demonetized, but they haven't taken me down. So
okay,
don't worry.
So I'll try to be careful, but this certain product has never been tested on pregnant women, only on rats at the time that we were advising women to take it. So that really bothered me. That actually sickened me when I was doing a weekend newscast. I directed the 6:00 news on the weekend for many years. And I was just like, livid, like crawling out of my skin. And then I started to look for people that might have the same mindset as me. And then I heard about this rally, that there was a rally because there was a doctor who was saying, there's 13 miscarriages going on at Women and Children's Hospital in Vancouver. And this is like in a month. You might have one, but we had 13 in a month. So it was a lot. And then what happened was the authorities came to that doctor's door and said, you're crazy. He's an eccentric guy. But they were like, then they locked him up in a mental ward.
A mental? Whoa. Hang on. Yeah. Seriously? Were you able to find out if he was telling the truth about the miscarriages?
Yes. Yeah. He was. He was a doctor, a GP at Lionsgate Hospital for a long time. And he knew a lot of midwives and doulas and nurses. But trying to get these people to talk was difficult. They still don't really talk about it that much because you might lose your job if you say, we think it's because of this. But a lot of times, like when you're in the system, you don't know what's happening either. So a lot of the healthcare workers kind of don't know like what's actually going on. Anyway, So he was
tell you
correct.
with experience as someone with a family member who was in the health service whilst it was happening, that there was some of them who were there was rumors flying everywhere, and a lot of people unwilling to even discuss said rumors, or at least, you know, maybe explore the fact that there was strange things happening. Like I know someone who worked with DVTs, like deep vein thrombosis, clots basically, and they were seeing a lot of people, shall we say.
Right. And what do? They probably just, what are you going to do? You just go through the protocol.
Unless you can link it directly to that.
And it'll never be linked.
You could. I mean, well, no, they can link things now. It's but at the time there was it was all speculative. You know, they can say, oh well, we're seeing this, but even saying that was dangerous for some people.
Yeah, which is to me completely stupid. That's just stupid, you know. Anyway, so that's what happened there. So I went to this rally, and then I ended up meeting a nurse, and then there was a lot of people that showed up because they were quite concerned because everybody was hearing the same things, and everybody was quite upset about this whole mantra going on the news and yada yada. And then when I met this nurse, I said that I couldn't stay long here because I have to go back to work. She asked me where I work. I told her where I worked, that I happened to work at Global News, and that was that. She just grabbed me, and she couldn't let go of me. And she just said, "There's nobody from the mainstream shows up. Like, nobody, we can't get anyone to show up." And I'm like, I'm not here as I'm here as a private citizen. Yeah. But anyway, I said, what the hell? She asked me if I would talk. And then I said, okay. And then I just went on the stage and I just said, I don't actually know what's going on. At the time, I didn't understand why we were not reporting the other side. I didn't know anything that I've come to learn. Yeah, so that's what happened. So the video that I sent you is Global News. They suspended me after I went to that rally, like as if I'm doing something bad. They said that I violated journalistic principles, but couldn't even tell me how. What did I violate by going to the rally? Those losers should be at the rally covering the miscarriage story.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. Thanks for making it right the way to the end of the podcast. I love that you tuned in this long. Do me a favor, hit subscribe, because 80% of you bastards are not subscribing, but you're watching my videos. See you next time.